I've come here again to get my phone fixed. Not really my phone. It's more like headphones. Yeah, headphones. And while I wait for the electronics doctor to get everything working, I make a video talking about some issues that I'd like to publish online for future reference. I don't really try to be famous online. I've just noticed that it means more when you make a video like this for the future reference. Whatever it is you're talking about, you get some insight of the past when you look at it in the future. So today I'm going to talk about a company called Cloudflare. Cloudflare is a proxy service that stands between a website visitor and a web server, and works as a firewall to prevent direct access from the visitor to the web server. The reason it exists is in the past years, small websites were very vulnerable to denial of service attacks because most small businesses relied on shared servers who really didn't have the means to counter a heavy, not even so heavy at all. Even a moderate DDoS attack was enough to take down a web server. So Cloudflare brought this service where they would stand between your infrastructure, internal or cloud, and the visitor, preventing all sorts of abuse and security flaws to reach you. It's a great service, and I remember being one of the first really users. I instantly saw the value of it when it came out, and many years later now most websites rely on Cloudflare. Cloudflare's are competitors like Imperva, Incapsula, and other DDoS services, but that are unfortunately too expensive for the average visitor, for the average website owner. That's not the problem I want to talk about today. I have not had much to complain about Cloudflare for all these many years I've been using the services, except lately they have been pushing some sort of how can I call it, scam? Is it a scam? Like when there is a problem on the origin server, Cloudflare will report to the user that that there was an error and that they couldn't load the site, and they will tell the visitor that the Cloudflare service is working, and the site of the one you are visiting is the one that has a problem. Their web server has a problem. So 2 weeks ago I had a client of mine experiencing these 502 errors. 502 says unknown web server error. We couldn't show you the page. That client usually handles a lot of traffic, and I struggled for hours to find out exactly what was the cause of the error, what was causing this error, and unfortunately I had to conclude that it was some sort of DDoS attack. But looking at the logs of the server, it really seems to me like Cloudflare is misrepresenting the issue, because I've experienced the same issue with other web servers of other clients, less traffic, and Cloudflare will still report a 502 error, claiming that the origin server was the one being flooded or overloaded or something on many different websites and platforms. So for the first client that experienced this, I had suspicions that Cloudflare wanted us to upgrade, because we used to be on a paid plan, and we downgraded because we didn't see the necessity of paying, let's say, $20 a month if we could just if the free service was enough. And right after paying, the issue vanished. I know what you're gonna say, maybe the paying version has more features. I doubt not. But is it ethical for a company like Cloudflare to pretend that there is a 502 error and that the web server is returning an unknown error when they would trigger it just to force the webmaster to upgrade? Is it ethical? I don't think it is, especially if that was a lie. And they don't give you access to the Cloudflare logs where you could like I don't know, check and see the rate of 502 errors your site has been getting, and that kind of bumped me up. And I think that Cloudflare has realized somehow that they are the only game in town. They are the only one offering the proxy service, and they are starting to try and take advantage of the situation. Because I am noticing 502 errors on many different websites, not only my websites. And when I make some forensic analysis of the servers that are returning said error, I find no evidence whatsoever of errors in the server logs. But when I upgrade to a paying version of Cloudflare, the errors, the 502 error suddenly vanishes. So since Cloudflare is starting to behave like a monopolistic douchebag, yeah, I think the word is accurate. Cloudflare is starting to behave like a monopolistic douchebag. It's time some of us came with an alternative competitive solution to Cloudflare. And I, for one, has had this project in pipeline for a long time. It's not really a big deal. They don't offer anything difficult, like tremendously difficult to do. It's just a proxy service, okay? There isn't much to code. All you need to have is a few geolocated servers in various locations, and that's it. Not really the biggest infrastructure you could think of setting up. Plus, I'm not really going to deploy it. I've had some proposals from other companies, but unfortunately they are still too expensive. And I think that the best solution for the moment would be to develop my own. See how hard really it could be to have a proxy service. I mean, at first hand like this, I don't think it's a very big deal. So if anyone from Cloudflare is, by any luck, I'm gonna tweet this video to them, see what they respond, is watching this video, let me tell you this: make sure you don't pretend like the origin server is the one returning an error when you are the one pushing the error. I've never seen at once Cloudflare admitting that the issue is coming from them. Rather, they always say that Cloudflare is working. Even in instances when they've had really worldwide downtime, they always started off by claiming that the origin server was the one having problems. And as a final proof that this couldn't possibly be a 502 unknown error, origin server error being returned from the origin server, the final proof I have is on most of those sites I have always online enabled. Always online is a tool that is in Cloudflare that allows you to display a cached page even when the origin server is misbehaving or is offline for some times. So why would they bypass the always online feature and return an error to the visitor when the always online is enabled? Why will they return a 502 error when you have directed Cloudflare to show them a cached version of the page? That is the proof that this error has nothing to do with origin servers and everything to do with Cloudflare trying to push their paid packages to their clients. And if you are experiencing 502 unknown web server errors, what can I tell you? Until you find something better than Cloudflare, try to upgrade and the errors will go away almost instantly, okay? This was just a small videos I was making about an issue I encountered with Cloudflare. I had a few minutes, so every time I have a few minutes I like pop out my iPad and record the small videos, and that's it. All right, thanks for following this. I know if you are not technical person, this was kind of boring. Sorry for wasting your time. And if you are a technical guy, I hope you've been able to get some inspiration and you have a direction in which to look. So from now on, I'll see you whatever I see you. Bye bye. Take care.